Hi everybody, this is Mr. McKee with Net 126. I know we've got a little bit behind because of the weather, so I'm going to go ahead and walk you guys through the first packet tracer that's due. Alright, and it should be packet tracer configuring IP version 4 and IP version 6 interfaces. Alright, so kind of like a recap from the Net 125 class. Some of you guys are new to packet tracer though, so I want to go ahead and show you guys a walkthrough. Alright, so I'm on the NetAcad page, Routing and Switching Essentials, page 1.1.3.5. Alright, so I got two links here. Packet tracer configuring IP version 4 and IP version 6 interface instructions, and then the PKA, or the packet tracer file. Alright, here, let me minimize that. Alright, so if you click the instructions, that's literally just the instructions in a PDF format. Alright, I'm going to have, if it's a lab where you guys actually have to fill in, like you'll have some fillable blocks in there, I'll get you guys to use that. If it's just a packet tracer itself though, which I usually will do that, let me show you guys. All you'll need, if that's the case, is clicking on the PKA file. Alright, so clicked on that, it's opening up. Click on the file. Opens up packet tracer. You guys are going to get used to seeing this splash screen a lot. Alright. And you'll get this user profile. Just click cancel. That's fine. Alright, so you're looking at this packet tracer window. Whoops. Alright. So when you open this packet tracer file, you actually have two windows open. You have the grading window, which this shows you the completion percentage if it's a gradable packet tracer. Alright, so if you look there, and every step you go through, you want to pretty much check that and make sure. If nothing changes, more than likely you may have typed something in incorrectly. But if you go down through here, if this is a strictly packet tracer and not a fillable, like a lab assignment, you guys will just be entering commands to get your percentage up to 100%. Alright, so a lot of times if you start having a lot of issues, you want to reset the activity, but try not to click that. You don't want to reset all the work you've done. Check results though, that link, click that. Go to assessment items. Okay, this is where if you start having issues and you wonder why you're not getting 100%, this is the kind of like a helpful tool to find out what you haven't configured or configured incorrectly. Alright, and it tells me IP version 4 address configuration, that's going to be 12 total items, or half of the 100% score, and then IP version 6 address configuration is half the score. Okay, and then connectivity tests, I don't really use that much, but we can use that later on. Alright, so and overall feedback, that's kind of like gives you some information, but it doesn't really tell you a lot. Assessment items is what you're going to look at, that tab. Alright, and then if you click close, it goes back to the packet tracer. Okay, just be careful, do not click the reset activity unless you actually want to reset it. Alright, if you click that, it's going to prompt you reset activity. Make sure you use that with caution. Alright, so cancel out of that. Alright, so first let's go down here and look what we're looking at. Alright, and up at the top, the addressing table, this shows you all the relevant information for the for all the routers. R's the routers, PCs are ones. If it has an S, it's probably going to be a switch. Okay, and this shows you all this relevant information. Okay, now let's go down here. Alright, background routers R1 and R2 each have two local area networks or LANs. Your task is to configure the appropriate addressing on each device and verify connectivity between the LANs. Note the user exec password is Cisco and privileged exec password is class. Alright, we'll need that information. Alright, part 1, configure IP version 4 addressing and verify connectivity. Alright, and it says assign IP version 4 addresses to R1 and LAN devices. Referring to the address table, configure IP addressing for R1 LAN interfaces, PC 1 and 2. The serial interface has already been configured. Alright, A lot of times you get so carried away with going through these packet tracers, you might miss some important information. So if I didn't know that right there, I'd tend to configure the serial interface just out of habit. All right, and then verify connectivity. PC1 and 2 should be able to ping each other and the dual stack server, which the dual stack server. All right, this activity window, I'll remove this a little bit. All right, to give you guys kind of a rundown of what we're looking at on Packet Tracer, dual stack server, that's a server that has a it has a IPv4 stack on it and IPv6 stack on it. All right, and that this cloud symbol represents the internet. All right, you have a router 1, router 2, each of those leased lines connected through their serial ports into the internet, more than likely to an ISP. All right, and then going, say, from router 1, that has a cable from there to switch 1, and then from switch 1 to PC1. So that's you have a WAN here, a LAN here, all right, and that's connected to a WAN from here to here, and then there to there. Router 2, now it has its own LAN, all right, R2, Cat5 cabling, or Cat6, whatever you want to call it, over to switch 3, and then a cable over to PC3, and then PC4, okay? And if you look at this LAN has IPv6 running, all these machines, and then over here, R1's LAN has IPv4. All right, but either side can connect with the dual stack server because it's also running both IPv4 and IPv6 protocols. All right, and looking at Packet Tracer, you get a green. That means green lights means good. You have connectivity. The little red lights or red circles or balls show that you don't have connectivity. All right, you have logical connectivity because yes, there's a wire connected in between the two devices, but more than likely one of these interfaces is turned off. All right, shut down. All right, and then same thing out here, all those green ones. All right, so the dual stack server should be able to ping the .225 IP address on router 1 and the :1 address on R2, but let's not worry about that right now. All right, so that's what we're looking at. In this course, we're not really going to use any of the like simulator stuff in Packet Tracer. There's a whole bunch of stuff that Packet Tracer will do. Other classes we do the Internet of Things stuff, but just for now though, we're not going to build anything in Packet Tracer. For this course, we're just going to use Packet Tracer to learn how to configure routers and switches and hosts, wireless host and access points, things like that. All right, so we got that. We know what we need to do. We know how to do it, hopefully. If not, I'm going to run through this since we're about 2 days behind. I want everybody to be up and running. All right, so don't think it's sink or swim yet. We might get to that point, but I'm going to walk you guys through this, so it shouldn't be too bad. All right, so let's get back. All right, first thing we need to do is go to router 1 and put these two interfaces in. It already said the serial interface is already configured. Okay, so serial interface is already configured for router 1 and router 2. So we're just concerned with the gigabit Ethernet interfaces. All right, so just click on the R1. That brings up a little window. All right, this is the physical window where you can actually turn on and off the. Whoops. Oh, if it's locked down, it won't let you. But say if we're building a Packet Tracer network, you can physically turn or logically turn this router off right there. All right, but what we're going to be concerned with is the command line interface, the CLI tab. All right, got a bunch of information, shows that we have some issues. Something's up. Well, 000 is up right now. All right, so looking back here, and I won't go through all this for the next packet tracer. Alright, so here is our user exec. We're going to log into that. Cisco. Alright. We're in user exec now. Alright. And if we go to enable, that's the class. Okay. No global config password. And that's where we want to go right now. Let's do a show run to show the running configuration. This is just for information purposes. Alright, in fact, we know that interface is not configured. All that stuff's no IP address, it's shut down state, gigabit, Ethernet 01, no interface, shut down. Okay, definitely those will be configured. Alright, now to get out of this so you don't have to page down, Control C. Alright, we want to go to global config, so configure terminal. Okay, or if you want to do shorthand, config T. Alright, you're in the global config. Alright, so first thing I want to do, I want to go to interface, and I'm going to do shorthand, but interface, you can do interface, but I'm going to do interface gigabit 00. Alright, now I'm in the, I'm getting ready to configure that interface. Alright, so I know I'm in there, good to go. IP address is the command, 72, and I'm looking right here. I'm going to enter this information. 72.16.20.1 space. Put in my subnet mask right there. Okay, and we know some of this stuff is just I like checking it, but \25 is a CIDR notation is 255, 255, 255, 128. So we know we're good to go there. Hit enter. Alright. It didn't have any error, so hopefully I typed it in correctly. I see that my completion went from 0 out of 100 to 18 out of 100. So I think we're well on our way now. Alright. Let me do the next interface. 01. Whoops. And it helps to type it in correctly. Now you can do a history, page up and page down. That'll take you back to your previous history of commands. So interface 01. And I'm going to put an IP address. I'm doing this right here now. Okay. Alright, interface 172.16.20.29. Right. Alright, 172.16.20, 129, 255.255.128. Alright, just verify that all of this is correct. Hit enter. Alright, this should jump up. Alright, so we're a third of the way there, a little bit more, so we're good to go. Alright, so our instructions told us the serial connection is already configured. Alright, it's good to follow along with everything it tells you to do. Let's see. Step 1, configure IP address for router 1 LAN interfaces, PC1 and PC2. Okay. So next thing, once you get a system down, you'll probably do this differently, but just for learning purposes, part of the crawl, walk, run phases of learning this stuff, we're in the crawl phase, so we're going to do it by the numbers. Okay, so PC1, click on PC1. Alright, go into the desktop tab. There's a whole bunch of stuff this will do, but pretty much we're going to be using IP configuration mostly. Alright, so PC1, it's got IP version 4 address. I want to make sure I click static radio button, not DHCP. Sometimes we will use DHCP, but not for this. Alright, so we know 172 .16.20.10. Okay. Now don't hit enter though. Hit enter, it gives you the default subnet mask for a classless or a classable address. We want to use 255.255.255.128. Alright, just verify that's correct. Alright. We've got a default gateway, which is going to be our router 1. Okay, that's over there. Okay, so just make sure. I'm so used to doing it from all my classes I've had to take that half the time I don't look at it, but just make sure you're filling it out the correct text box. Okay, it doesn't have IP version 6, so we're good there. Okay. Now you don't have any submit button. It's just works as soon as you enter it. All right. So PC1 should be okay. Let's look at our numbers. All right, we're up to 41%. We're about halfway there. All right, so I can just shut this down. All right, so let's click on PC2. Same thing. Desktop tab. Static IP address is going to be, and one of the keys to getting used to doing this and for the CCENT certification exam is just being able to manipulate multiple windows. It's going to take some practice. We'll go over that test taking steps. All right, so PC2 172.16.20.138. Tab down gives me a classless address. 255.255.255.128. Tab. All right, and then watch the completion percentage will go up hopefully. All right, default gateway 172.16.20.129. All right. Okay, so we have 46%. All right. And just to let you guys know, okay, if you mouse over, see our default gateways. If we mouse over these are our interfaces. So giga00 for router 1. Let's see. Exit out of this to show. Okay. All right, giga00. All right, so that's the giga00. That's the default interface that we put in for PC1. So it's right there. PC1's looking for this to get out to the to our WAN and our internet. Okay, it's right there. 172.16.21. All right. And what's kind of funny, these are shut down, so that's one good catch. Checking this thing. All right, so that's the default gateway for that. The other default gateway for PC2 is 129, so that's right here. All right, so default gateways for each of these computers is different interfaces on router 1. So we need to go back and actually turn those interfaces on. So Control C. All right, interface, and I'm in R1 giga00. Whoops. All right. If I do no shut down or shorthand no shut, hit enter. Confirmation, interface gigabit Ethernet 00 changed to upstate. All right, you hit enter. All right, now I've got 2 green lights. All right, so cool. All right, let me keep going. And I know to save a little bit of time, if I arrow up, I can go back to interface giga00. So I want to do interface giga01, and I need to do a no shut down or just no shut. Hit that. Get a message verifying that I in fact have it up. All right, so look, now we have, looks like good connectivity there. Completion rate is about 50%, so we're about halfway done. All right, cool. Not bad, 18 minutes. You guys will be flying through these pretty soon though. Alright, so next thing, configure IPv6 addressing and verify connectivity. Alright, so go to addressing table, configure IP addressing for R2 LAN interfaces, and for R2 LAN interfaces, PC3 and PC4. Okay. So we're going up here. These are 128-bit IP version 6 addresses. That's why they look kind of crazy. Alright. Got that. Looking down here, PC3, IP address, and then the default gateway. Okay. So let's just exit out of that. Let's go into R2 first. Alright, CLI tab, Cisco, enable that, class, password. Alright, we're in there. Now we're going to go into the configure terminal or config T. I'm going to go into the interface. Gigabit 00. Okay. IP version 6 address. And also, if you go to IP version 6 space address, if you hit tab, sometimes if you don't think the command's correct, like say IPv7, let's say, if I hit tab, nothing happens because it's an incorrect command. If I do IP version 6 though, tab over, it's not enough information yet, but if I start filling it in, it's going to auto-populate it. Alright, so just tab over IP version 6. I know that command's correct. Okay, so I'm working with Giga 00. So 2001 : oh, getting ahead of myself. 2001 : DB8. It's not case sensitive. C0. Make sure you're doing this. These are hexadecimal, so make sure there's a 0, not a O. So C0 DE : 12 : 1. Alright. Right here you're going to do the \64. Alright. Hit enter. Alright. Hopefully we've got this since it's actually working. We're 68%. We're passed so far, so that's good. You guys get 100 though. Alright. So now we need to Alright, so we're working with this right now. Giga 00. Okay. Got red buttons. Connectivity's not there. Let's do a no shutdown. Or no shut. Alright. Immediately we get a green light. Okay. It's got a message that says it's changed status to up. Good to go. We're at 70%. We've got a C so far. Alright. So we've got that going. Alright, next one. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to up arrow so I don't have to retype because my typing is not the greatest. Alright, we want to do Giga 01 interface, and that is right here. And what we can do also, let's see if we can do this. Control C, and I can paste it. So that's a little shortcut. You can't do right click copy, but you can here. Alright, now be nice. Alright, so if I highlight that IP address, I do Control C, and for the sake of argument, alright, cleared that. You can't do Control V, but you can do a paste. Just make sure whatever you're pasting in there is correct. I know it's a 13 in there. Okay. So that's correct. Now, of course, I need to do IPv6 address, but then I could have pasted it in there. All right. Hit enter. All right. Wow. That gave me a lot of points, so that was good. All right. Let's look back. All right. Still got our don't have connectivity yet, so let's do a no shut down. Okay. All right. Green. Everything's green. I like green. Alright, we're good. Okay, we're at 90. We're in an A so far, an A minus. Okay, next thing we need to do is set up our PCs for IPv6. Alright, so 3. So even though you have green buttons, doesn't mean you actually communicate. Alright, so see, it set me up a link local address. I'm actually going to put in a site address. Let's see. Alright, so our address is, and we could try our copy. Let's try this. Control copy. Control. Ooh, Control V works in there. That's good. Alright, so make sure we got 12. Alright, everything's right. And see what I was doing? I was pasting in IP version 4. I need to go IP version 6. Alright. We need to make sure our /64 is just in there. It's 64. Enter. Jumped up 93%. Now we're talking. Alright. So we got that. We're missing a... Alright, we got IP version 6. We've got our link local address. We need our IP version 6, which is FE80::2. Alright, 95%. I'm going to exit out of this. I'm going to go back to PC4. Alright. Alright. We're going to an IP version 6 address. Let's do our Control C. Let's go into here. Control V. Take off our \64. Put it there. FE82. Alright. Alright, cool. Now, what we're looking at is completion 100. That's what I want to see on everything. Definitely. Even if you have to do it over several times. Alright, it's great training to learn how to do that. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so part 2. We've assigned the IP version 6 addresses, verify connectivity. PC3 and PC4 should be able to ping each other in this tool stack server. Alright, so ping, there's your command prompt. Alright, so from PC3, we want to ping. Of course, you're not going to let me do that. Let's ping 201:DB8:100:1. Okay. Alright. Getting replies from that IP address. I'm going to get replies from 64.100.1.10. Since we don't have IP version 4 on here. And if it starts timing out, you can do a break, Control C. Alright, so we're good there. Alright, so ping 201:8:100. 101. Alright, I'm getting replies from that IP address. Right, PC4 should be able to ping PC3. Same thing with in our command line interface, we can up arrow to go back to the last, back to our history. Alright, so have some changes here. DB8 CO/DB:12:/64. Alright, so we're in PC4, we're going to ping PC3. replace that A, 64 with A. Alright. So now you can ping that. Alright. So that's really all it's asking. Now PC1 should be able to ping the dual stack server also. Alright. Let's do command prompt ping 64.100.1.10. Alright, and this might be a test question sometimes. Why would you get a request timed out for the first ping request? It's because it's having to translate the MAC address to the IP address to the ARP table, do an ARP translation. Alright, so I got that. I can ping out of it to the internet, over to the dual stack server, and then also I can ping 172.16.20.128. Actually, I'm going to ping PC2, which is 38. (72.16). Yep, same thing. ARP translation, missed the first ping request, timed out, and then I got good ping requests. Alright, so ping statistics, packet sent 4, received 3, lost 1. Alright, but now it's good to go. If I did it again, I should get 4 out of 4. Alright, just a little trivia there. Alright, so that's it. This is what I want to see, you guys. I need a screenshot of this, and also if you're not getting 100 out of 100, if I go to actually check results, everything should be green. Okay, if I had like maybe say 90 out of 100, I'll have some red X's in here, but everything's good to go. All right, just close that down. Make sure you don't click reset activity, especially when you've got 100 out of 100. All right, I'm going to do Control-Alt print screen, go to Word. This is how I do it. Blank document, Control-V. Alright, you can see that good. Okay, I'm not going to save this whole Word document. I'm just going to right click, save as picture. Alright. And I want to save this to my OneDrive under Alright, let's do this. It's going to be your first and your last name, PT for packet tracer 1.1.3.5. Okay, save that. Alright, I just saved just the screenshot, so I'm going to cancel all that. Alright, so I can actually exit this out. You want to save this though just to have it. In future I might start requiring the actual PKA files to be uploaded also, but let's do save as. I'm just going to save this to the desktop. Alright, just save it as that. Bing, bang, boom. Every time you close this down though, it's going to say, even if you haven't made any changes since your last save, it's going to say any unsaved changes will be lost. Do you want to save your work? Yes. Okay, and then it'll shut it down. Alright, so that's it. That's your first packet tracer. Hopefully everybody can follow that pretty good. If not, go back through it. You definitely want to know how to do it yourself though. But it's about 34 minutes. Shouldn't be too hard. But that's a pretty easy packet tracer, so definitely give yourself more time than this to complete each packet tracer. Alrighty, thanks for watching.